So I wanted to talk today about what some writing programs call rounders, some call the Magic C letters, but those are the letters that I seem to see a lot of issues with. So those letters are A, C, D, G, O, and Q. So some of the principles of writing are to start at the top and go down. So all of our uppercase letters start on the top line, and all our lowercase letters start on the top line or the middle line, and then we go down. What a lot of times I see is kids starting from the bottom, going the opposite direction here, and then they lift up their pencil and make the line. Now, sometimes they might start it here, but again, they're lifting up their pencil each time, which affects the precision, especially of that second stroke, as well as it's going to take them a longer time to write something versus their peers. So again, what we want to focus on is starting from the top, going down, using the lines. This is called Smart Start writing paper. So it has a blue top line, a dashed red middle line, and a green base line. And so some call these sky letters that start up here. These are ground letters, and then the ones that dip below are the dirt letters. So you can use that language if that helps. When it comes to these Magic C letters, they all start with this initial kind of half circle, almost 3/4 circle movement. And again, it's kind of tricky because, as I mentioned, all of our letters start on a line, except for lowercase e. He's tricky. But in order to help the smoothness of your writing, you kind of have to start a little bit below the line and to the right. So we go up, touch the line, around, touch, lift. And again, this is the basic shape for A, for C, for D, etc. because we are trying to pick up our pencil as few times as possible. So this is a pretty important movement to help your student with and to work on. So one thing you can do is have 3-lined paper, whether it's purchase paper like Smart Start off of Amazon, or the kind that has blue on the top and baseline and then red in the middle. That used to be part of my curriculum when I was young. Or you can even make your own paper. Probably use a ruler would be better, but you can tell them then to start on the color. So put your pencil on blue, go down to green, back up to black, and around. And then, other than 3-lined paper, another thing people do is to give even more visual feedback of how big to make the letters. So for C, it's within this box. Up, touch, around, touch, lift. And for a while, they're likely going to need a start point so that they get that extra tiny line in there, because otherwise, this is what I usually see. If you start here, you can kind of make a C-ish. But if you start here for the rest of these letters, you're going to go down, up, down, and it becomes a U. So that's why we want to start a little bit over to the right so that that smoothness happens and we don't have to lift up our pencil. So also what you want to do is say that phrase as you do it. So if your child is nonverbal, you can say it to them. If they are verbal, have them say it. So just something like up, touch, around, touch, lift. Up, touch, around, touch, lift. Because that actually will help your child learn the motor movements more quickly. And it'll become more fluid and natural and soon automatic. But this is a very important movement to work on with your kids because it's in 6 lowercase letters, and especially A is a very common letter that becomes illegible when you start picking up your pencil and making it in 2 strokes versus 1. Just something to consider. Hope that helps.